You're listening to the We Talk Nerd podcast, a podcast about gaming, movies, and everything nerd. I'm your host, Brandon.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Rob.
And Jared will unfortunately be taking a step down for now. He's got some things he has to deal with, so he's on to take a step back from the podcast. But we're still here, and we still have things to talk about. So I just want to ask Andrew what he's been playing this week.
Man, I got played so many games. So many games.
Oh, yeah?
Especially Breath of the Wild, because I beat that in a week. So
nice.
that
all the extra stuff in
I
it now?
didn't do any extra things, no. I mean, I got all the divine beasts, I beat Ganon, that sort of thing. But I didn't get all of the Koro seeds or whatever. No.
Hey, spoiler.
What? Those aren't spoilers, getting the seeds?
Ganon.
Getting Ganon?
The first time you ever fight Ganon.
Oh, yeah.
Have you built the little city you can build?
No.
There is a city you can build in the game. I don't know how many people know this, but there is like a sort of like a quest line to actually build the city.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
And did you get the motorcycle?
No.
I have
Well, you haven't played it then. You might as well say I didn't play Breath of the Wild last week.
Well, I really enjoyed the game. It is a 10 out of 10, and it's
a great game.
It's one of my favorites of all time. I'll just say that. So I beat that, played that. Played a lot of Destiny 2 because of the update, and we'll be talking about that a little later, I'm sure. A lot of raids, a lot of good stuff. That's what I've been doing.
Cool. How about you, Rob?
I've been playing this little indie game called Sea of Thieves Beta.
Indie.
Had a lot of fun with it. A lot to talk about. I'll kind of hold my thoughts for a little bit later, but yeah, pretty much that, and a little bit of board game. Did another night of Gloom Haven, which so much fun.
So you're playing Gloom Haven. I'm actually interested in that. I've seen that.
Oh yeah, Gloom Haven's a recurring thing. We have a standing night every Monday night. We play.
My only complaint is that it's kind of expensive to get into.
Oh yeah, but that's really not a whole lot compared to some of the other games. So for those maybe not familiar, Gloom Haven is a campaign board game. It's got a price tag of around $130, depending upon where you get it from.
If you can find it in stock.
If you can find it. I kickstarted it a little while back, so I was fortunate enough to get in on that during the hype train. But yeah, great game, and it's if you're into D&D and you got some buddies that want to play, but maybe not a whole lot of time to, set up campaigns or do anything else. It's really easy to queue it up, play, and you get loot, you kill monsters. It's a fun time.
Sounds like a fun game. And I actually kind of kickstarted my own board game enthusiasm over the weekend.
Oh, tell us.
Yeah, I picked up a little known game, Catan.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
I played that for the first time. So that's kind of kicked
God.
off my interest in these board games I've heard so much about from you guys.
Yeah, they gave you
For
the crack, huh?
time.
They gave you the crack right off the bat.
That's
As
the
they would
gateway.
say, the gateway drug.
Yeah.
No, that's the crack.
Yeah. Catan's really good.
I went to a friend's house and I played it for the first time. We played with one expansion, and after the very first round, the first game, which took like 2 hours, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna buy this myself. Then I did. The very next day, I went out and bought it myself, and I got the 5 to 6 player expansion, and hopefully get a little game going before the Super Bowl this weekend.
Nice. Did you guys play the Seafarers?
We did. They actually had.
Oh, okay.
They had
So
the
you
Seafarers
got the-
expansion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the pirates part.
The map we made was kind of terrible, and we didn't really do anything with the actual expansion stuff. But yeah, oh my god, so much fun! I loved it. And my wife,
I'll give you just a quick pro tip. There's an app called Better Settlers.
Mhm.
If you download it, it will always make like a perfect map every time. It'll tell you exactly where the tiles need to go. So sorry, I'll let you get back to it, but figured I'd throw that out now.
It's Better Settlers. I'm gonna check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, my wife, she's not a gamer. She's not really into the nerdy gaming stuff, but she loved it. And she gave me the green light to go buy it, and she normally doesn't give me green lights to go buy gaming stuff. So
It's an addiction, man. Be careful.
it was fun. I liked it a lot. I know I'm already wanting to dive into some expansions, but oh man, those price tags.
Oh yeah.
Now he's got to look into Seven Wonders.
Or Zombicide.
Or Zombicide, or...
Oh no.
This is the gateway. It's the gateway. Yeah. I'm glad you're getting into the board games. It's just a new craze. It's not new craze. It's just that there's been
It's
just
kind of
a lot of
like
good
a
ones.
renaissance, I guess. Like
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people are trying to get into it.
Yeah, that's really fair to say. Actually, they're saying that millennials are picking it up more so than their parents did, and they're actually the main source for it. So, and if you
I can
look
see that.
back, you know, in the '80s and stuff, like you had Monopoly and games that were fun, but they got stale.
They're not very in depth,
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's interesting because like you go look on Amazon for Catan, and it's like things are like sold out for weeks in advance.
They're on their 5th printing, I think, of the game.
Yeah, 5th edition. Yep,
Yeah.
been out for a while.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
this is our generations of local play. Remember when our generation of local play back when was the N64, you know, local.
Split screen, we enjoyed those.
Yeah, the split screen stuff. Whereas like we did enjoy that really like a lot. So maybe this generation's like we need to get back into that. So the board
Yeah,
game
we don't
is the
have
way to
we
do
don't
it.
have split screen anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe we're
Yeah.
gonna make our own split screen.
Well,
Exactly.
it's cool to play board games now. We have a place near us. I don't know how near, but they are a bar pub, and they cater specifically to board gamers. It's in Orlando. It's called the Cloak and Blaster, and you can bring games, or they've got like 100 games you can play there. Ticket to Ride, Catan, Carson. Was it Carcassonne? Carcassonne. I'm like, I know I'm going to say this wrong, but tons of games you can just pick up and play while you're there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dive more into it. I've, as you say, got started on crack, and now
All right.
I want more.
Well, as we go week to week, I'll be looking forward to hearing.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully get a lot of good games.
You'll
this
just hear
weekend.
scratching in the background. Just
Speaking of crack, I restarted WoW.
Mm.
I may have done so as well.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll talk about
sounded
why in just a second after we talk about.
sounds like most of the
CFDs.
internet joined you guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, they did. And I'll talk about that in just a second. But yeah, playing WoW, board games, and all that good stuff. But I want to let Rob talk about some of that Sea of Thieves beta.
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys managed to catch it on Twitch, if you managed to get into the beta. I was already in the beta, but I went ahead and pre-ordered it. I was pretty well sold on it after the alpha. And instead of playing it, some people decided to go ahead and data mine it. And they uncovered some interesting things that weren't really, apparent in the beta, but could really make for an interesting game as it comes on. So probably the first thing that may make Brandon happy will be ship customizations.
Yes.
Yeah, so these are cosmetics. These are not, for improving your ramming speed or anything like that, but you are able to go through and upgrade the appearance of just about every part of your ship, from the sails to the mast to the anchor to the bow to the it sounds like almost even the furniture inside the like captain's cabin and below deck in the hull. So really interesting stuff there. I think it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to custom design my own sail and strike terror in the heart of people with like a kitty cat or something.
Yeah.
So
the PixelPub logo.
Nice.
Exactly. Yeah, PixelPub be an excellent logo for it. So yeah, so I think people are really excited about that. It's a chance to really take ownership of it. Besides those kind of customizations, you have customizations for your gear. So you have, different types of pirate gear you can wear, different type of weapons. Functionally, they all seem to be about the same, but they are offering, some nice appearance benefits.
Yeah,
They also
from what I've seen, it's at first I wasn't sure how I felt about everything being on the same plateau and only for cosmetics. But it seems the way the game plays, it would not be as fun if someone had an advantage over you.
No, not at all. And you're not going to be limited to just, okay, you got the same gun everybody else does.
Right.
Uncovered also in this data mining was that there are tons of different types of weapons, including harpoons for ships, which is going to be pretty crazy because I would assume you'd be swapping out cannons for the harpoons, but who knows what kind of mix you might have. In addition to that, they're talking about the guns, like everything that they showed in the beta was you have a sword, you have a pistol, you have a sniper rifle. And the sniper rifle was new for the beta. I don't believe that was in the alpha. But they're also going to include some other types of weapons, like a blunderbuss, They're going to include a flintlock pistol. They're going to have a whole bunch of other things that they're going to bring in. A hook you can fight with.
What, a hook?
Yeah. That's what they were just showing a ton of different things that they had found. Now they didn't show any kind of like, pictures or art assets or anything like that. They found entries in the code for these things. And probably one of the coolest things that they uncovered was a Kraken raid boss.
Did I not call that?
You did call
2 weeks ago?
It's been speculated, but yes, there you go. Now they're not sure if it's just going to be a hazard, like the storms come in and kind of mess up your ships. If the Kraken will show up and come and mess it up, or if you're actually going to be able to team up and take it down. A lot of unknowns here, but the hooks are in the game for it. And even though I didn't really care much for Pirates of the Caribbean's Kraken, it's still a cool concept.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to fight Davy Jones.
Mm-hmm. So with all of this news, did the pre-orders like jump, or did you obviously you pre-ordered, and the hype grew?
Yeah, I pre-ordered before the beta, mainly because I ordered the controller, and I thought, how lame am I going to look if I pre-order the controller and don't also have the game to play it with? So, but it turns out I think I did all right, and it sounds like Twitch agrees with me too. They had at one point in time 250,000 people watching a beta. Yeah, and on average, they had nearly 85,000 people. And if you looked around, it was a who's who of streamers playing this game. You saw Shroud playing it. You saw Summit playing it. Yeah. Goth was out there. Ko was playing. Everybody was out there.
Did Ko play it?
I'm not sure if Ko did. Now that I think about it.
I don't think he did, because I know he talked a lot about how he heard it was bad and didn't want to play it.
There's a lot of people doubting it. Lyric said after the first day, he goes, I just don't know. But he played it every single day after that for multiple hours. So
they all had hated it too much. They all had crews, which was a ton of fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And they specifically said though that with single player it can be fun, but it's not going to be as fun as if you had a crew with you.
Right. And I would tell you this. So I'll get into a little bit now of how I felt about the beta, because I spent the weekend playing. I did play it in a party. I played with some pickup groups, and I really had some good time. I've got some new friends that I've made. We joined back up and did a duo where two of us were going out and looking for treasure. It was really fun, very rewarding. But I did spend a fair amount of time in the solo play just so I could kind of get a feel for it. Like, okay, how is this? And what I found is that it's very difficult to just kind of chill out in the game when you're playing solo, because you're running around like crazy, just doing a whole bunch of different things, dropping the sails and, checking the map and looking at your compass and, fighting off other pirates. So it can be very, very intimidating. But once you've kind of got your head around it, you can play in a group, you can play solo. It's really anything's there for you. And I would compare that to a lot of the looter shooter type of games and BR games that are out. It kind of caters to all those types.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that, what's your guys' thoughts about, having a game that really shines with the multiplayer, but can also be maybe decent with single?
I like to be critical about this game, mainly because of the loot. You say looter shooter, but there's not a lot of loot. Let's be completely honest here.
Oh, truthfully, yeah, definitely not.
So with a person, but
there is plenty of booty.
There is plenty of booty.
There's a lot of enticing customization that you can do,
mm-hmm.
which if you want to stand out as a pirate, yeah, absolutely. If you want to go out and troll people, if that's what you want to do, is because you're a pirate. That's what I saw a lot recently on Twitch, was a lot of trolling, a lot of PvP, and just a lot of that sort of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just the beta, of course. With this data mine stuff, I mean, yes, you have a couple of new weapons and stuff, but there's no end game enticing for me. There's nothing enticing for me there, which is more the reason why if you think about an ongoing like service type of game, this isn't that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is you're buying a game, you're probably gonna play it for, I don't know, you said 60 hours, you probably got everything, and then what? That's what I like to ask.
Well, that might be fair, but to also look at on the other side, we really don't know what the final content is going to end up looking like. I think it compares favorably to a battle royale style game, and I would say there's some people that get in and get right out and were like did not like. But then there's your people that are diehard Fortnite and PUBG players that are spending the time and grinding, and beyond even getting the customizations, they're enjoying the gameplay and the the multiplayer aspects.
That's exactly what I got. I got the adventure plus battle royale game. This is what this is.
That's what I was seeing from it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll entice people that like battle royale, Fortnite, PUBG, that sort of thing, because all the guns and everything you can be expert at. Because I assume there's like a high skill level still.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
then
definitely that.
Yeah, and then there's the adventure type, which you can go in the islands, find the treasure, bring it back, and that's sort of because it's a beautiful world. Really is beautiful.
Oh my god, I should have brought that up, but it is gorgeous. Some of the sunsets that you'll see, and just the water is so good looking.
It is gorgeous.
It's sick.
So really, you're doing it for the experience of adventure plus the battle royale experience that you can go out and go and get. If you want to find it, you can find it.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I think the single player shelf life is probably fairly limited, but for the people that find fun with it in their gaming group, I think there's a lot there for them.
But I am so looking forward to an update or something that says all your items has stats or something, or like all your customization does something different, that sort of thing, or maybe even a leaderboard of some sort. I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, and I'm prepared to think that may not happen. How about you, Brandon? What would you say to something like that?
I don't. As the game stands now, I don't see them doing stats and getting new weapons and stuff that are like getting an upgraded sword over the other sword. I think I don't know. Maybe along the line they might add in maybe like events, like mini like a raid, but not go like a timed event. Like holiday
the Kraken,
events,
like you said, or
like the Kraken or something.
holidays.
Something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I could see some holidays.
Mm-hmm.
They might add in at some point a quote unquote end game, but as it currently stands, I also kind of view it in the light of a battle royale, and you're only going to see the types of updates you would see in those kind of games.
I would like to point out that this would be the first open world pirate game, and it has no competition, so it will do good there. It will do very well.
Well, let's just say it may be one of the first, but competition is right around the corner.
I'm not sure when that's out though. What's it called
It's
again?
going to be in Black Sails.
Black Sails. It's like you don't get to be the player; you're the ship.
Yeah.
So I don't know
but
how.
It's like you're in like a armada and you fight other groups. So, and you're right, it may not be open world, but
I think it's more like PvP.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of a For Honor, but on boats.
Right. All right. That's what I'm thinking.
Skull and Bones. That's what it's called.
Oh, so there's another one then
that
I'm not familiar.
Oh wait,
that's
so
one.
This is Ubisoft's one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Skull. That's what I'm talking about.
Black Flag was the Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah,
Black Flag is Assassin's Creed game, but that's basically where they took this. They took
Yeah. You don't have to look hard to see the comparisons there.
Exactly.
So much so that I thought the game was called that.
Exactly, and it's one of those things where I took with For Honor as sort of a Dynasty Warriors. I thought there was going to be more stats involved too and everything. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was going to be when it came out, I was completely surprised it was a PvP battle arena sort of game. Whereas for Skull and Bones, it almost looks like a battle arena for just ships. But it could surprise everyone and say, because of Sea of Thieves, they're going to be like, let's make this an open world third person RPG. I mean, who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know where they are with it right now, and that's a huge pivot if they were PvP only, and now they're going to be open world.
Well, we don't know.
I feel like it'd be hard to do with limiting, like you're not a player, you're like the boat, and if like an RPG element to that, it'd be really hard to do. But they could try it.
Yep. All right, so I don't want to take the whole podcast with it, but had a great time with it. looking forward to it, and I think you'll be hearing a lot more about Sea of Thieves as time goes on. It seems like the community's embraced it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this definitely looks like something that a lot of people are gonna group up and have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, I think so. So, got a bit of Blizzard news to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear? That we're right now in the year of the mammoth in Hearthstone.
In Hearthstone, yeah.
Yeah, it kicked off with Ungoro and was kind of a, that was their theme at the beginning of the year. Well, they're doing an ultimate quest, ultimate competition for Hearthstone, and basically it's a way to wrap up the year of the mammoth and proceed to the next one. Which no, I don't know what it's called. Mainly because the winner of the year of the mammoth contest gets 3,000 packs of cards.
It's a lot of cards.
That'll be the best stream ever.
That'll be a 48-hour stream
of just opening packs.
They get 1,000 of each of the 2017 release expansions. So that would be the Ungoro. Help me out here. There's the Catacombs and
Catacombs and Kobolds.
Yeah.
And wasn't the one before? What was the one before it?
Lich King.
Yeah, Lich King.
Was that it?
Yeah, and speaking of Lich King, the winner also gets the Lich King helm from Blizzard.
Ooh.
So it's a physical kind of a replica of it. And I guess they're going to be also distributing, they said, over 500,000 packs to winners, daily winners across the event. So even if you're not the lucky player or unlucky, depending upon how much time you have to unpack 3,000 packs, you might still get a few packs across some of the daily events.
Yeah, that's good. I think they have a big balance and change coming too this month. I think we talked about that a while back.
Yeah.
If I had some extra time,
I mean, that's good. That's a way to get. As some people would say, this game is like it's gotten so hard to get into this game because it costs so much. It's kind of good to see them giving away so much for free.
Yeah. Well, I think you really got to drum it up.
Yeah.
If I had some extra time, I'd be back into Hearthstone. But I'm really happy about it took a little bit of time to do the free to play adventures now.
Those are really fun.
And those are fun.
They are good. They're really good.
And I'm glad they're pivoting to that, because before you had to pay $20 to get into that, to get the cards that are meta.
Yeah.
And then that turns out to be like really disheartening because you can't get those cards because you didn't pay or play the adventure. Now you can get those cards because they're giving you the adventures for free.
Yeah, those are fun. I like those a lot. It's a good way to add some single player to the game. But yeah, kind of sticking with the theme of the Warcraft stuff. As we said, people are playing World of Warcraft again.
They are,
because the allied races are out.
Yes,
you can. I'm gonna put a little asterisk behind this. You can play as the Lightforged Draenei and the Void Elves and the High Mountain Tauren and the Nightborn if you complete the necessary requirements. So most people are probably doing the requirements right now.
I agree. Yeah, it's gonna take some weeks, I think.
Yeah. If you've played Legion enough when it came out and got flying, congratulations, you also already got 2 races. Because the Horde races are extremely easy to get. They're already kind of like tucked in with the flying. But the Alliance races, you're going to have to do all the Argus stuff. And if you're like me, I haven't touched it.
Same with
yesterday.
Me. Yeah, same with me. So I'm looking at the requirements. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's from what I hear, you're going to have to stay on top of it if you want to get it done. Like if you did like barely do it, you're never going to get there.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm still hyped though because I pre-ordered, and then I got the 110 boost, and I've been there's some reports that people are getting 2 110 boosts, but I'm not sure if
There's so many issues.
There's been some issues, yeah. But either way, I am happy with my 110 boost, and I did make another paladin because my other paladin's on Horde, so I'm gonna try him out.
There you go. Make sure to make it on
Sargeras. I did.
Sargeras for the clan. Yeah. But so when pre-orders came up, so many people pre-ordered it, they had to make a queue for their shop. So I don't know if this is like unheard of, but like you hit pre-purchase, and you're like, oh, well, you're gonna stand in line now to digitally buy this game.
That's insanity.
Like, and it wasn't just like, you know, fifth in line. It was like, I think I seen a screenshot of someone like 1,000th in line. Like, that's pretty intense. It brings back memories of the Draenor expansion when it came out, and you had to sit in a freaking queue to actually log in and play. But yeah, and then like at some point it stalled, like it just shut down completely, and you couldn't buy it at all because there's this like the servers fail. I heard someone say that one of the like a Blizzard one of the Blizzard employees basically just said everything's on fire.
We're receiving too much money. We can't process it enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's good news for WoW players because,
It
you know, they've been talking about how the game is dying off for the past probably 10 years.
Yeah.
So have you seen an uptick in players in your guild?
I'm currently just I'm still not on the where the guild's going to be. I'm still where it was because it costs money to move around. But it seems like the volume of people in general is pretty good right now.
I agree.
Like I'm doing some old content, like a couple of months old content that most people already have done, and there's still a lot of people out there doing it now because it's a requirement for these races. And
I mean, you can tell that the hype of just the purchases are enough to say that it's going to be very popular. This expansion is going to be very popular. And then the allied races in general is just another. It's like icing on the cake.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. And my little insider, I guess someone's listening on the podcast, but apparently Sargeras is at high pop right now. So I think it's been sticking around medium for a while, and now it's at high pop. So
I think that's basically what, like, every server can hold. How many? I don't know. So jumped maybe like 200,000. I don't know. Either way, yeah. I think to answer your question, it's gonna be hype from here until the date, which is
good.
The September 21st of this year. So on or before. They've done this with I think the last two expansions, and they pretty much come out on the last date they give, which is the 21st. So I would not get my hopes up for it coming out before then. But yeah, you can expect it in September. And this little, before we move on from WoW, last little, there was a Q&A, and I haven't really listened to the whole Q&A, but someone brought up the topic of more allied races, and they have confirmed that there will be Draenor orcs joining the allied races.
Oh, that's cool.
Great.
So maybe they'll do more races. They'll just be this constant going thing where they're periodically adding these allied races.
I feel like that's going to be the meme, like with Spider-Man pointing at the near Spider-Man. Like if you're in a battlefield, like you're so used to like picking out like the big uglies on the horde, and charging at them. But man, it's gonna be like looking in a mirror.
Yeah, we're not sure on which faction they're going to be for yet. It could be. I mean, Jared, I've talked to him earlier, and he's thinking they're going to be neutral. I don't know. I don't really agree with that, but they might be. They might be.
They've done it before.
They've done it before with Pandoran, so we'll see.
I'm excited. I think you're as excited as I am to even get back into the raids that I haven't covered yet. Yeah,
fun.
Yeah. I'll be having some fun with WoW and Destiny. I'm sure I'm going to balance both, but I'm gonna try.
Argus is a ton of fun. There's a ton of cinematics. It makes the game feel more cinematic. Like there's more story than there's ever been before, and it's great. The lore behind World of Warcraft is incredible, in my opinion.
So I did have one question.
Yeah.
Is there like any guild or anything that someone could join and play this game on?
See, I'm not normally used to making these announcements, but yes, there is. It's the Bad Mama Jammas.
Oh wow!
On the Sargeras server on the Alliance. So yeah, you can message not me right now because I'm not on there right now, but you can message Blazers. You can hit me in the Discord and I can point you in the right direction.
Yeah, and some unofficial news too. We want to support the Horde too. on Bleeding Hollow.
Mhm.
So
I'm
either
there. I'm
either
still-
one you want to do, Horde or Alliance, because it's a fight, and I know some people are really leaning on their previous character either being Horde or Alliance. We can support both, and the Bad Mama Jammas are on both.
And if you're listening to the podcast and you're wondering why is there beeping all of a sudden, it's because I'm getting my messages blown up about the Horde Guild just being announced. So,
I guess
So
I
do
said
we have some
unofficial.
breaking news?
I said
no,
unofficial.
it is official.
Oh, it's
As
official.
of,
Oh, break some news.
as we talk. So
For
breaking
people
news
listening tomorrow.
for the people listening tomorrow. This is cutting edge.
Nice.
But yeah, so really excited about WoW, having a good time, and if you haven't played, it's a good time to get into it right now.
Mhm.
So, but some other exciting news on release dates. Believe it or not, because I sure as don't believe it, Red Dead Redemption 2 will be out this year, on October 26th.
Yeah, I was actually thinking it would be earlier than that, but surprised.
It was supposed to already be out. It got
Yeah.
delayed,
Mhm.
and
It'll get delayed again.
I'm very cynical, and I'm like, it's not coming out this year. But
It looks amazing though.
I can't wait.
Is
I
it-
love the first one.
Is it a lot of people are still wondering if the PC version is going to be the same? It's going to be the same release date.
Oh, I can't imagine.
God, if
They've
it's
got
not,
no
oh
history
my
of
God,
doing that.
so many
Yeah,
tears.
Rockstar
So many
has a
tears
history of
shit.
not
Like years
yeah for
between
GTA.
Yeah,
GTA 4.
but did they say GTA was going to be on PC when it was like originally announced?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But
I don't know.
I think
Hopefully
they
we get
kind of
the
assumed
same.
it. They've all been on PC.
Mhm.
Start on PC.
Yeah, hopefully it all. Hopefully
Hopefully, yeah.
same day. Hopefully it doesn't pull a Monster Hunter or be delayed, because I don't think I can hold out for it. I'll just have to go buy it on the PlayStation.
I would have to as well.
Yeah, because God, I love that game so much.
I mean, maybe Rockstar's going with that. He's like, you know what? We'll release for console, and then 2 years later, everyone will buy it again on PC. It's
a
fine.
pretty good
how it
business
goes.
model. Not gonna lie,
It's a good business model for
it's a
sure.
good business model. Speaking of things doing really well in business models, the Nintendo Switch. It has officially outsold the Wii U in only 10 months.
Oh gosh.
The Nintendo Switch has sold to date 14 million units, while the Wii U only sold 13 and a half
Ooh.
in its
Well.
entire lifetime.
Yeah, the
Which
Wii U
wasn't
was
that long.
huge disappointment though. I mean,
Which wasn't that long. But
Yeah,
to
that-
do it in 10 months is pretty intense.
that's amazing. Because I felt like the Wii U was really a solid platform. It just, it really needed some more support from third
Yeah.
parties,
It did.
and
And
I
there
think
wasn't a
it
lot
could
of
have done
interest in it.
something. No, but anytime you got a platform that has the Mario and the Zelda and and those
But,
type of games,
No, we never got a Zelda game for the Wii U. We got the
we did, but we
remaster.
got a Switch at the same time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, afterward. I think the Switch has done really well because of how strong the games have been right off the bat. We
We
didn't have
did-
that with Wii U.
We did get some IPs though. We got Splatoon, right?
Mhm.
We progressed in the Mario Kart because it is the best Mario Kart,
It is the best Mario
Yeah.
Kart.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then that's really all I can think of right now. But I'm sure there's
It has
more.
some great remakes.
No,
The remakes were
Xenoblade.
top notch.
Xenoblade.
I think it was a very good stepping stone into the Switch.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and that's happened before where they've had a launch, that didn't really do quite as well as they had hoped and led to more things. The GameCube for, even though people have fond memories, was considered a little underwhelming.
Yeah. It was, but it's either way. That's testimony to the Switch's popularity right now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying both of mine.
Ooh, he got it.
Oh,
He got
you
two.
did. You went and got the other one, huh?
Yeah, well, now I have to start over again in Breath of the Wild. It's a shame I get to.
No,
Oh,
you can
that's-
transfer it over. Can't
I
No,
don't
you
think
can't.
that's out yet.
No, you cannot.
Coming.
So,
I'm pretty sure you can.
If it is,
well,
it's news to
either
me.
way, I'm doing it anyway.
Okay, that's good.
Because it's now that I've gotten, so I got, I don't know, maybe like 20 something hours in. Starting over, everything at the beginning makes way more sense because it really like drops you in the middle of nowhere. And I don't want to get like too much on a tangent, but I don't know how you figure out anything in Breath of the Wild until
When you first get
played
started,
a
it's
long time.
really you're
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
Well, she's like, you've been asleep for 100 years. I'm like, when did she say this? She didn't tell me this last time.
Yeah,
But clearly.
it's pretty.
Wait, you can climb everything? Yeah. Let me go up here. Wait, I can't because I don't have enough stamina.
I do have to break
All
it to
that.
you though, Rob. Now that you own 2 Switches, in September you have to pay 2 online service fees because that is when the Switch will make its own Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus service available.
Yeah, we'll probably designate one of them as the online game. I really can't see myself springing for two of those, but we'll see. Who knows?
Any news on what that's going to include?
Not voice chat.
I don't think they've really talked about a lot of the features. Voice chat, I know, is one of them, but they haven't really talked about a lot of it.
It's
yet.
weird that they'll announce the date, but then not describe what it's going to come with.
Nintendo's really weird.
Is that weird? That's a little
It is
weird. Okay.
So enjoy your free multiplayer while it lasts, because once this comes out, any multiplayer that's online will will require the online service after it's out.
You know, that's probably in time. I'm really curious to see how they'll compete with, PS Now and or PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live with the kind of offerings that are there. I mean, is it going to be a $50 a year service? Are they going to give free games? There is no inherent voice chat that's easy to use. You have to, use your phone in an app. So,
yeah,
what are they really providing?
I don't think it'll be that much, but we'll see. Only time will tell.
Before moving on to the Switch, let's talk about the Switch. Do you think there'll be an upgraded version of the Switch, like, soon-ish?
It's not. Well, I take that back. They do have a lot of reiterations of their handheld consoles.
They're handhelds, but they never did a console.
Maybe.
I'll tell you, I could see a larger screen Switch coming out with a smaller form factor.
XL?
Yeah, I could certainly see that. I could see maybe something that integrates a little bit more of a rugged controller scheme as opposed to the Joy-Cons.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I could.
Maybe a
I don't know.
dock.
You'll see anything drastic though.
Maybe a dock where you can dock the Switch and it goes beyond what it can do undocked. Maybe like a really powerful dock.
I was really curious, mainly because I still see some people saying, like, I'm on the edge with the Switch because of, X reason, and then, it's outsold so many, and it's a magical system. But I think these people are maybe looking for something more, a little bit more. Maybe Nintendo needs to kind of grab that with a new version of it. Just kind of throwing that out there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a Switch and strap it to another Switch and use it like a DS.
Okay. Yes.
And it'll be the largest, heaviest, and most awesome DS there is.
Yeah. But, I mean, with all the external graphic card and those kind of things we have going on right now.
I want a picture of that, Rob. Can you send me a picture of it?
I can recreate it, probably.
Okay, great.
But, yeah, and some other Nintendo news is that they announced that they're coming out with the Mario Kart Tour for mobile devices.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, and that'll be out at the end of their physical year, which is in March, I believe, is when the start of the next year begins.
What do you guys think of the current mobile offerings from Nintendo?
Some of them are pretty strong.
So I can think of 3, right? So we've got Animal Crossing, which I personally have not played. Mm-hmm. We've got Mario Run.
Yep.
And then you've got Pokemon Go, which is Fire Emblem is also
yeah.
So we're up to 4 now.
Yeah, that's one of the more popular ones too. I've been hearing all good things about Fire Emblem.
Yep, and I think there's actually another Pokemon game besides Go. Of course, not as popular or as good, but
I mean, just to answer your question, Animal Crossing has got a lot of well-received just reviews in general.
It's a really good mobile game.
And
I remember Mario Run being a little fun for a little while, but a bit maybe underwhelming overall.
It's not a lasting game.
Right.
Yeah.
Then Fire Emblem, I've only heard good things.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it, but it didn't make it on my radar. But maybe one I'll take a look into. I do like Fire Emblem.
Yeah, but Mario Kart I feel like that will also drum up a lot of people playing it because who hasn't played Mario Kart?
Oh yeah, it's like the easiest game to play and the hardest.
And it's multiplayer.
Yep.
Out of all of these ones that we've had already, I don't think is Animal Crossing multiplayer.
Yes, kinda.
Sort of.
You know, it's MMO-esque.
Right? But like
'Cause you
Mario
visit other
Kart,
people's worlds.
I assume
Mario
you can...
Run.
Okay.
Mario Run was PvP.
True. Race
I don't know
against.
about Fire Emblem. I haven't played Fire Emblem.
But like
Yeah,
true
of course.
multiplayer competitiveness, I think Mario Kart's got to have it.
That I think it will.
Yeah.
Maybe. Hopefully.
I hope so. Right.
If not, it'd be disappointing.
Yeah, if
But-
not, it's going to be a single player campaign, which Mario Kart, you don't really do that unless you want to unlock characters.
Right. So, we shall see.
I want to throw blue shells at people. That's what I want
With-
to do.
I have a
With
feeling you'll be
Nintendo.
able to.
Perfect.
Yeah. Time will tell with Nintendo. But I want to swing it over to news that probably won't shock you. The microtransactions are coming back to Battlefront 2 sooner than expected, as in probably within a month or two. They're saying it's because of their low sales numbers. They needed to sell 10 million copies of the game, and they only sold 9.
Boo-hoo.
So they said,
Boo-hoo, EA.
because people aren't buying our game because of microtransactions, let's put it back in to make sure so we can sell more.
This makes no sense.
Well, I think there was a bit of a strategy there.
Yeah.
If you
I mean,
notice,
after the
it's been on
holidays-
it's been on sale pretty much since Christmas.
Yep.
At about 20 to 30% off pretty much every week. So those 9 million copies probably were not full price sales, I'd assume. I end up picking it up as well for I think $35. I still haven't really opened it up yet to really look into it, but I don't mind loot boxes as long as they're done in a way that's respectful of my time and they're not predatory, especially when you talk about like for kids and stuff. So hopefully they'll give people the avenues to play the game and earn the things that they want to fully enjoy the game. And for maybe those that don't have as much time but still really want the customizations, they'll give them that fair price and fair path to get to it. But this is EA, so
don't hold your breath.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and don't expect a game to maybe redeem it because there's not going to be another Battlefront in the series until after 2020 is when they said their next game will be due. A couple
2020.
episodes, 2020. A couple episodes back, we talked about how Anthem was delayed. They have come out and said that it will release in either quarter 1 or quarter 4 of 2019. So either soon, or later.
I read that.
How do you even like?
That's got to be a typo.
That's
They got
gotta
to mean
be.
like Q1 2020 or Q4 2019.
I don't think
There's no way they're gonna say. That's basically saying we're either gonna,
I think it'll be
celebrate
they'll either
Martin Luther
release
King
it-
Day or Christmas.
I think they'll wait till Christmas. To be honest with you, that's probably what it is. Holiday release, more sales. But
I think they're giving them. I would imagine that somewhere this announcement got a little botched, and they really meant Q1 2020 to give them some breathing room in case they do miss the holiday season.
maybe.
But yeah, I can't imagine that they would push it to, so soon. I'll be honest, a year from now is pretty optimistic for everything that looks like that game's trying to be.
Yeah, this is true. But it was supposed to come out this year, and so in its place will be a new Battlefield game.
Okay.
So they're going to, I guess, build a game from scratch.
Which flavor is this one going to be? Like, is
Yeah.
it? Do we know if it's a World War II or World War
No,
One?
we don't know anything. I'm sure they don't know anything either at this point. They're just kind of throwing things out there like, oh, we're going to put another game out before. I don't know.
I'd
It's kind of
probably
disheartening
play.
to hear that.
Yeah, I'd probably play a remastered 1942, but I bet they probably already did that, and I just didn't realize it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know how good a game could be if it's just being thrown together to take another game's release slot. But
I
Maybe
am
some
not
exciting
surprised
news.
about the Anthem, but I am more excited about the reason why they would say let's say for instance this wasn't a typo, right?
Yeah,
Maybe they have strategies against other first person shooters, which is
maybe.
Borderlands 3 or more Destiny 2 content. Because let's say technically from a year from now, or not a year, in quarter 1 for Destiny 2, there's going to be the they call it a comet or some sort, which is basically like a huge expansion for Destiny 2. It's a possibility. I'm just throwing that out there. Put my
Yeah.
tinfoil hat on, you know.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
that's just because they
see.
need competition. Like, if they want to take the competition away from Destiny, they need Anthem. And if other first person shooters like Borderlands 3 comes out during that same time, they need to combat it too, right? They can't just wait another year and then everyone's playing Borderlands 3 until whenever that game comes out. I'm just kind of throwing that out there because
Yeah,
if it wasn't a
it's
typo,
good.
they have to have a reason for it.
Yeah, I agree.
But this could be some good news, but it is just a rumor. But Microsoft is thinking about buying EA and Valve and PUBG. So that could be interesting. Maybe Microsoft can turn around EA, but I mean that's kind of like Disney buying Fox. That's a big move.
I'll be honest. I don't think they got enough money.
I don't think so either.
I don't know.
E-
Microsoft has got some money.
They
But
they've got money, but I've heard it's not quite the deep pockets that it once was.
It is just rumors, of course. So
Yeah, I heard they were sitting on somewhere around 130 billion according to their cash sheet, which of course pocket change, right? But
part change.
130 billion would probably get you two of the three.
Yeah, I don't see, in my personal opinion, I don't see Valve being bought out. They make so much money off Steam. I don't see them giving that up.
And PUBG is a
I
lot
honestly-
of Twitch right now.
I can see PUBG getting bought out.
Yeah, that one makes sense. I think they could do it. But
that wouldn't
EA
make
and Valve
sense.
together, that's so much.
That wouldn't make sense mainly because it's coming out for PS4. They made that announcement already.
They can still own it, like PUBG too. I mean,
I guess
how it
Minecraft is on PS4 as well. So yeah,
Microsoft owns that. So.
right.
But EA stock has also reached an all-time high right now. So the whole Battlefront 2 thing didn't affect their pockets one bit. So, sorry guys.
I mean, let's say that's the good news for the developers inside EA, maybe for all development studios, because we want to see more
Maybe.
good games coming out of them.
Or they're just going to be like, we can make lots of money by doing scummy things.
Or that.
Let's be honest. EA's been evil for a long time. And this is nothing new.
True.
Probably the only thing about it is that it was really high profile because it was another company involved.
It's very
But
in your face.
look back, man. I mean, you're talking SimCity, requiring online connections because of
pretty
some
rough.
magical cloud server thing that never really existed.
That was pretty rough.
Yeah, I mean, there's just every year you can see something EA has done to just spit in the face of gamers and and consoles and PC enthusiasts and whatever. And the fact that they're getting away with it, yeah, buy up the stock. They got longevity.
There's not much consumers can do about it because they did the Reddit post. That's basically the whole entire internet blasting them. And guess what? EA stock is already it's still at a high. So they're kind of almost invincible.
Well, we'll see what happens here because it depends on how many people buy loot boxes.
Yeah.
It's back up because of the loot box announcement. And if they end up not really being able to push out what they think they will, then you're going to see it reach an all-time low.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, it'll be an all-time high again.
Yeah. But I want to do something special for one of our listeners, Thrust. He's always asking about a recommendation in mobile gaming. A Game Dev Tycoon has recently come out. I don't know if you guys have played this on PC, but it is a great game. It's kind of about making games. But it is on the Google Play Store and on iOS now. So if you're into mobile gaming, you got that. And old school RuneScape just sent out their very first 2,000 mobile beta invites. So you'll see RuneScape coming to your phone very soon.
That could be great for people that are really addicted to that game, because they're out there and it's been around for forever. RuneScape is a game that has staying power. I mean, we're talking about before WoW. Somewhere around the time of like Ultima Online, RuneScape was around, and they've been continuously listening to their fan base. They've been supporting them and bringing them along, giving them what they're looking for. I mean, you talk about a game that does it right. There you go.
Yeah.
There's a couple mobile games too that, I mean, maybe you play this, Rob, too. Is Knights of Pen and Paper. That's a great game, mobile game.
They got the second one came out too.
Oh, great! And then the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic, is on mobile as well. So if you want to replay that, which I played, I don't know how many times I played that game.
So is Jade Empire, throwing that out there.
Oh, great! I mean, this is a lot of mobile games now. So
how's the phone experience though?
The phone experience
for games like I played KOTOR on a like a 50-inch projection TV on an Xbox. How am I going to deal with it on my phone?
It's not as bad. I don't think. I've watched. Yeah, they did well with what they were given, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's more the experience. Anyway, that game is more the experience anyway.
Yeah.
Making the light side, dark side.
It's a slowed down game, so.
Okay.
I know we talked about Destiny a little bit earlier, so let's talk about it before we run out of time.
Sure. Yeah, Destiny. Well, Destiny has come up with a release, an update. It's as promised, and you can also see the roadmap as described in today's This Week at Bungie. It describes their roadmap for up until Season 3. So their patch 1.2.0 in May. And 1.1.2 was released, which was the Masterworks armor. It was some raid reward improvements, some quality of life changes. They fixed the Prometheus lens. That's a lot of fixes, and just some general. Basically, it's good to come back to raiding, and that's what's good about me. That's what's good about me coming back to Destiny, because before it was more like there's nothing really to do. I've maxed out all my characters, but when they released this patch, there was incentive to go back into the raids. There was incentive to get Masterworks armor. There was incentive to get this ghost shell that is pretty rare from a raid boss, and it provides, get this, like a chance at bright engram drops off of bosses if you wear this ghost.
Huh.
But first you have to earn it. First you have to get it.
I'm sure it's not easy, huh?
It's not easy. I've actually done 6 raids this week. 6 raids, and I have not seen one drop. So that is of 6 people inside all 6 raids, and none of us have seen it drop. So it's kind of pointing to it's very rare.
Or Bungie's lying to you.
No,
we implemented this, but it's not really there.
No, we've had some screenshots. People have reported it dropping, and
Photoshop.
It does exist. It does exist, and I can't wait to get back in. It's just that incentive, right? It's what we've been talking about before. Is what's the reason to go into raiding other than the experience? Well, now there's reason to go back in there, and I would like to say it's like a hidden thing that I didn't really talk about, but there is improved, a vast improved chance at Masterworks armor and guns inside raids and trials. So to do endgame content, you will get high-end gear, and you'll be rewarded for it. So it's another reason to get back in there. I'm really excited about that. But let's talk more about the roadmap, because it's really important to. Because I know they've stated before that they wanted to be more open, because they've been really closed off and giving us updates previously. And I know, as you guys have mentioned before, you guys aren't playing much of Destiny anymore.
Right.
Mainly
if I can just pop in real quick.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this, and I've been a little critical of Bungie in terms of the transparency, and you've got all this feedback from the community, a community that cares and is very passionate. What are you going to do with it? And I see this today, the roadmap. I look at it and say, okay, this is cool. Like, they've shown me that they've deployed all these things in 1.1.2. It looks great. But what I'm not seeing yet, and I'm asking you, Andrew, because you as the as the guru here, what's the game changer coming out that's going to bring people back to Destiny?
At the moment, these are only changes to maintain the player base right now. I do not see a game changer in this specific roadmap up until season 3. I'll just be honest. Is
that the mods thing you think is going to change that, or is it going to be the?
I actually think it's going to be the raid layer, and the hopefully this is the in good hopes of the mod changes, like you said, or the exotic masterworks, because that really enticed me as well. In the very end of May, or at the very end in 1.2.0, is the exotic masterworks. Those are the game changers I think that's going to happen in the more near future. But what's going to change Destiny in general is the comment that's going to come out, the real expansion, basically the Taken King for Destiny 2. That's what's going to change everything for Destiny 2, and that's what I hope that's what they're going to focus on right now. They did it before with Destiny 1, where Destiny 1 was like bland, just like this, just as it's going right now, and then the comic comes out and it changes absolutely everything. And I like the improvements that I'm seeing now with number one, their openness to giving us what's going to happen in the near future, but they're also giving us the raid layers and these little things here and there, especially like the mod changes and the 6v6.
Cool. Well, yeah, I think that's that's a lot of good information on it. Maybe we can move on to the next topic. And I know just kind of covered Destiny to death there, and
no, I'm good. Yeah,
might have some other things to do too.
We're running close to end of time, but just a quick and a little bit of announcements, and then I'll let Rob talk about the comic stuff. But
sure.
If you enjoyed Mr. Rogers as a kid, there's a movie coming out starring Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll play out, but
does he have a sweater?
Of course he does.
You can't do that without a sweater.
And slip over shoes.
And thanks to some inside reporting, Cloverfield 4 is already done being filmed. Thanks to us for the info on that. And that's so. I guess 3 is done. 4 is also done, but no one knows when they're coming out. Yeah,
there's some discussions out there that Netflix is involved in. Maybe one of the things that they're going to do there. Netflix didn't buy anything at Sundance this year, meaning they may be spending their money on other stuff. In the past, they've been very active at Sundance.
But, this Sunday is the Super Bowl, and people love to make big announcements during the Super Bowl. So
they love it.
Next week, we might have something to talk about. So
I'm sure we will.
That's really all I have to talk about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some movie trailers during the Super Bowl. They always do, and they're always great looking.
Maybe we'll get a Han Solo one. This movie is like just a little over 100 days from being released. We only have one promotional poster.
At least
you have to be lying. There's no way you're right about that. There's no way it's 100 days away. I should be under a deluge of marketing and promotional materials, and I've heard nothing.
Yeah, here we go. Let's see.
He's looking it up. He's typing it up.
I believe you. I believe you.
Solo. When is it? May 25th this year.
It's just so quiet. You're right.
So no trailers.
Maybe a teaser.
No posters. No teasers. No nothing.
I think I'm gonna pay my ticket to get in, having seen no trailers or anything. I'm gonna go in there, gonna be like, "You just saw a really great movie. Go tell everyone else."
I feel that way. But like I said, Super Bowl's this weekend. Gosh darn it,
You'll see it then.
Announcing things.
If they just show a blaster and then say Star Wars, that's enough.
Probably
that's enough for everybody.
Star Wars.
Yep.
Like the only thing we have is literally a black screen with Solo and Star Wars story written underneath it, and that's the only thing they've put out so far.
That's all they filmed.
You probably they're flying by the seat of their pants here.
Yeah, they'll be done just in time for release day.
But yeah, that's it. That's all I got to talk about.
I'm looking forward to a Doritos commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Have you not? We're getting way off topic, but have you guys not seen like the little the teaser for it?
No.
It's so they just came out with the new Doritos flavor, which is Blaze. And they just came out with a new Mountain Dew flavor called Ice. So they have the promotional thing that I just seen last night was Peter Dinklage and Morgan Freeman are having like rap battles, like Doritos versus Mountain Dew.
Wow,
that sounds amazing.
I need to watch that. Great.
So if you get a chance, just look up the Super Bowl teaser for Doritos or whatever, and you'll see Peter Dinklage eating Doritos and Morgan Freeman drinking a Mountain Dew, and they're like rapping at each other.
But he already has the taco stand.
He does indeed have the taco stand. But I mean, we beat him up and kicked him out of there, so
yeah, that is
maybe
true.
he's getting revenge on the taco world.
Could be. I like to see him bring it up and talk about it.
Yeah, but
so
we'll see that during the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah. So we've had some requests, y'all. Requests to talk about comic books,
which we don't talk about a lot.
We really don't, but I feel like we talk a lot about comic book material,
right,
the movies and games and whatnot. So, yeah, I've decided to take it on and go back and read some recent comics and do a couple of quick reviews, some quick hits, and some of the things that I've been reading. And who knows, you may hear more about as new movies and whatnot come out. So the one I decided to tackle this week is called Venomverse. Are you guys familiar with the Venom character from Marvel Comics? Okay. So, the premise is that, he has this black symbiotic suit that used to be Spider-Man's. Mm-hmm. It was separated from Spider-Man and became part of Venom, and they kind of cohabitate the body now, and they're trying to get revenge on Spider-Man, and depending upon who's writing it, they go off and have other crazy adventures. And at some point in time, he was a Guardian of the Galaxy, so he's been all over the place.
Yeah, well, they are making a movie.
Yes, they are. I don't think it'll be Venomverse, though, and I'll kind of explain why. So Venomverse, the premise here is that there are multiple timelines and parallel dimensions for the Marvel universe, right? So there's like infinite possibilities. Well, in a lot of these other places, the Venom symbiote did not link with Eddie Brock, the one that did in the Marvel 616, the main Marvel universe. Instead, they have Venom Hulk and Venom Dr. Octopus and Venom Rocket Raccoon, Venom Ghost Rider, Venom Wolverine, Venom Deadpool, and it just goes on and on and on. So
you forgot Venom.
They actually Venom is the star of the
okay, never mind.
of the comic, and he's just kind of looking around. Everyone just keeps calling him like Vanilla. So
I would be interested in seeing this Venom Deadpool character.
It's pretty amazing. So and there's a lot of other ones. I'm not going to bring them all up because some of them are a little spoilery, but it's pretty cool seeing Venom style remixes of your favorite characters. And the way they interact is pretty cool. Not everyone's got, like web abilities and everything. It kind of enhances their own natural and supernatural powers that they have. So you get a bit of a different twist on it. It's written by one of my favorite writers, Cullen Bunn. He's done a number of other books that I really, really enjoy. I would recommend this for fans of Spider-Man or Venom because it is, so tightly woven into that universe. And also people that are kind of into maybe a little bit wackier stories. There's not a lot of realism going on here. There is a lot of craziness and unbelievability, but also some very cool things, because what happens is these other venoms are becoming corrupted by an unknown race that is transforming them into basically a hive mind of even more evil venoms. And then, of course, there's the ensuing battle and craziness that comes from that. So it is fast-paced. The art is great. The writing is fun. There's plenty of jokes. And there's a lot of Deadpool in it. So if you're interested to see Venom Deadpool, you will get quite a bit of that. So all in all, I give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good spend of your comics money. And I enjoyed reading it.
Awesome review. I like that.
Thank you.
Looking forward for the comic stuff, because here's a question, if you can get into this really quick. How does one get into comics, seeing that comics in general are vast? There's so many different arcs. It's very confusing at times. Where does one start?
That's a great question. And if I was just jumping in, I would say go down to Comixology.com, put down your $10 a month for the unlimited plan, and you'll be able to read not every comic that comes out, but you'll have a backlog of like several thousand at minimum, probably more than that, like tens of thousands of comics you can read. And they've got a lot of collections, a lot of classic series, a lot of brand new stuff comes out that's, if you're subscribed, it's free right off the bat. I happen to have a huge backlog of Comixology comics from before they even offered that unlimited. So I've got a bit more to go before I spring for the monthly fee. But as soon as I can get caught up and start seeing a bit more of the series that I want to read, then I'll be signing up for that. Much like board games, comics is a slippery slope. Once you read one, you really like it, there's another one for you to buy. So it can certainly pull you in. But I'm enjoying it. I haven't been reading comics that regularly. I'm trying to strive to read a series every week, and by series I mean basically it's essentially a 10-issue run that you review. So Venomverse was 5 issues, plus there was the companion book called Edge of Venomverse, and that had standalone solo stories of these Venoms before the Venomverse crossover occurred.
Nice. And for people out there that want to get ahead of the Marvel series, I assume, reading some comics might just get you into the lore more and get you pumped up for the next one.
Yeah, Infinity War was a series in the early 90s, so you could know the premise of, Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos and everything else, and really fill in the backstories. Not some of the older comics, they can be a little bit tough, a little bit cheesy to read, but there's plenty of good stuff out there. And depending upon your interests and what kind of maturity level you want to read, there's something there for you. Watchmen is considered one of the best books written of all time, and it's a comic.
Nice. I think we covered everything nerd this entire podcast, from board games to mobile games.
We are
movies.
Nerdier, that's for sure.
It's great. It's awesome. I'm glad we have a comic section.
Yeah, you guys want to do 20 questions?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
How hard is it?
It's not hard.
Okay.
It's not hard. You guys should be able to get this.
Storm?
Oh my gosh, how did he get it? No.
Is it whatever the name of that game was from last week?
Right.
Exactly. Hunter something.
Yeah. The Reckoning.
The Reckoning.
Come on.
Okay, I'm ready for you guys.
All right. I guess we need to narrow it down on release window.
Yeah, I think that's worked pretty well. Although I think I learned a bit from last week's questions that we can't focus so much on the genres. Yeah. So I think the year and the platform is probably a good start.
Yeah. Well, was it released before 2005?
Yes, it was released before 2005.
There we go.
Well, let's try to get that 5-year sweet spot. Was it released after 2000?
It was not released after 2000.
Oh man.
Gotcha.
All right, so
getting tougher.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking some classics here. That usually means it's probably Nintendo 64 because
Well,
that's.
we can just ask. Is it on a Nintendo platform?
It is on a Nintendo platform.
Is it on Nintendo 64 platform?
It is not Nintendo 64.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
thinking
Okay.
SNES, NES.
Well, you got some GameCube options. You've got Virtual Boy.
GameCube was after. After.
Oh yeah, why did I say GameCube? I meant SNES, NES,
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance,
Yeah.
that sort of thing, and Virtual Boy, as I mentioned.
Virtual Boy. What?
I'd love to hear
If
it.
you said it's Wario for the Virtual Boy. It's like the only game that came out. No, it's not that.
So it's a Nintendo.
We
game,
didn't ask that, so
I
don't
know,
count it.
I know, I didn't count it, but still.
Probably going to be a platformer.
Well, let's find out.
Is it a platformer?
Nope.
Whoa.
Is it an RPG?
Yes, it is an RPG.
Okay. I'm liking this. This.
We got a couple of Final Fantasies that came out on it.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should determine between NES and SNES.
Maybe.
Because I think if it's not on one of those, then Game Boy had a couple of RPGs, but not that many. No, I should say it.
How would we? I don't know. Was it on the Super Nintendo?
It is on the Super Nintendo.
Good call. All right. Okay. Well, there was some of the powerhouses of the time, so let's just get the big one out of the way. Was it published by Square? Was it a SquareSoft game?
You said
I
published?
think you mean Square Enix.
You said published?
I mean Square
Was it
Enix game, meaning like a Final Fantasy or
No, like I want to make sure. You said published or developed?
Ooh, I guess that's a good question.
Um,
Square is a publisher now, but
I think. It was. I guess it'd be published by Nintendo if it was on there back then, right?
yeah, not always. Well, it sounds like let's say developed. That'd probably be the better way to go.
Yeah, it gets a little confusing back when, but you said, is this game developed by Square? Is that the
Yes.
question? It is
That's the
developed by
question.
Square, yes.
Okay, we're narrowing in, I think.
Yeah. We got the Final Fantasies, and then what is the?
Probably the best. Well, I mean, I can't say best, but for something not called Final Fantasy, I think. And I just lost it.
I know I have one in mind, but I can't think of its name.
Well, there's Chrono Trigger,
Yeah.
and there is what's that awesome game with the 3 players?
There's one other one I'm thinking of.
I don't know why. I just had it in my mind. I just forgot it. All right. So, Andrew,
Yes.
is one of the characters a frog?
Give me a second here.
I feel you. Okay, so I'm gonna guess it's probably not Chrono Trigger based upon that response.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, because just basically, I had to look up all the characters, for this RPG. Somewhat, I don't really know some of them, so I had to make sure. So it's not a frog. There is no frog.
Something with a lot of characters. I think 6 had a lot of characters. Final Fantasy 6.
I mean, any RPG really has. I'm not gonna say it's a lot. I'm just saying any RPG has characters. So.
Oh, of course. But you said like a lot of characters.
But so on the Super Nintendo, wasn't it only like?
It was Secret of Mana was the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, Secret of Mana.
How good that was.
That wasn't what I was thinking of, but that's also a good one.
I tell you what, and while we're thinking of this, I'm gonna reminisce a little bit just how good those Square Enix games were on Super NES.
There's a lot of them.
There's so many, and they're all amazing. They're all fantastic.
Back when it was just Square, but yeah.
Yeah. I know. It's been Square Enix or SquareSoft for
A long time.
Exactly.
Man,
yeah, for a while, Enix was making their own games. That was the Dragon Quest stuff.
So you got 9 questions.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask directly then on some of the ones we just discussed.
blast.
Might as well.
Yeah, you can blast away.
Pretty much at the point where we can do that. So.
Okay, I think so.
Are you?
I would hope
So-
so.
Is it Secret of Mana?
It's not. 10.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Is it Final Fantasy 4?
Nope.
Ooh, 4 was on the NES.
Was it 4 on the NES?
Yeah.
Well, 3 was I thought 3 came out.
Well, no, 3 was it was 3 in the
Their
US.
numbering
6 in
system
Japan.
so freaking confusing.
Yeah, it is a little confusing.
So is it Final Fantasy 6/3?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
11 or 12. That's 12.
Yeah.
See, I'm getting you guys on the games where you got us on the genres last week.
Yeah. Oh man. So maybe we've okay. Well, this is an RPG.
Yep.
Hang on.
Is
Hang
it
on.
the Mario?
Hang on. Is it Super Mario RPG?
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good call. Good
Yes,
call.
yes.
Because I'm like, well, what other RPG? And then I was like, oh, the
Oh man, I didn't think.
the
I wasn't
amazing.
thinking that was developed by Square though.
You know, you're right. I looked it up. I was like, developed by Square. I thought it was developed by just Nintendo, but it was Square.
No, man,
Yeah.
no, that was that. I remember when that came out. It was such a dramatic thing because no one else was making Mario games, and the fact that they just let Square just make, a Mario like canon game with like so much weirdness and everything else. I think it's
yeah.
because of how that was treated that you see games like Kingdom Hearts nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. And this is such a good game.
Oh
Such
yeah,
a good game.
yeah, you picked a great one. That's a fan. And the other ones we brought up too, I think were so good. Secret of Mana is a great one. I don't know if you guys remember that one. And Brandon obviously does, but that was cool. You had the 3 different characters, and you just running around. Each had their own like individual abilities.
Yeah,
You could co-op play it.
there was something about RPGs back when, right? And then they're just like,
There was.
why not just make our Super Mario an RPG? And they just did it, and it became amazing. So
Yeah. Gave birth to the Paper Mario series.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that.
which I miss dearly.
They did something different with the Wii version. There's something
Those
with the
were
GameCube
awful.
version. Yeah, the GameCube version was perfect, like
Yeah.
pristine. Then they kind of just let that go. But
Came out
RPG
with
wise,
the,
yeah,
The Wii one, the Wii one on the Wii was okay. Then they came out with the one on the 3DS. Oh,
No good.
ruined it. Ruined the whole vibe. It doesn't feel like the other ones at all.
Was that
Then
the
they
Paper
had
Jam one?
Yeah, Paper Jam or
Okay.
Sticker Star. Sticker Star.
Okay. I saw
Sticker
Paper
Star.
Jam.
And then Paper Jam was the Wii U.
No.
Maybe they've had more since then. Maybe they had no, the other one was Color Splash for the Wii U.
Yeah,
or something
Paper
like
Jam was on 3DS. I have it
that.
on
Anything
3DS.
after Thousand Year Door has been awful.
Okay.
I just like to push this out there, though. But like, I would still love to see another RPG from Mario. I would.
Yeah. Yep.
Make it like the same sort of weirdness. Like
I would play
canon.
just remastered versions of the first 2 Paper Marios on the Switch.
That's true. I would too. But I also have to say, like, Super Mario RPG out of any RPG at least any of the Mario RPGs is the best RPG. Still, love it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, you guys got that right away. I mean, you
That
guys
was
narrowed it
pretty
down
easy.
pretty quick. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, well, you picked a good one that's close to all of our hearts, I think. So,
Yeah, I wanted to do that.
yeah, good job in that way.
Cool.
See, it doesn't always have to be like vindictive, like pick games that no one else will know. It doesn't have to be Conflict Desert Storm every week.
Yeah, Hunt of the Reckoning.
Yeah.
Whatever. I played that game and I liked it.
Yes, you and 12 other people.
All 12. But yeah,
We were loyal. There's dozens of us.
There's dozens. We're pretty close on time, so we probably need to go ahead
All
and
right,
end it.
all right.
Cool.
Andrew, go ahead and do your spiel.
Yeah, so we added Mr. Froham on the crew of the PixelPub website, so you can see his information there. You can
Stalk
see
him.
You can stalk him if you'd like on Xbox or whatever. But I'm sure he'll.
be ignored on my friends' request list.
But then, yeah, you can go to the crew on pixelpubgaming.com. Check us out. That's all of our information there. Reach us on various tags. And I know Blaze has his Twitch channel as well on there. But PixelPub Gaming also has, our latest podcast on the front page. And then we have some blogs regarding like what's new out there in our community, especially news regarding our very large and growing Destiny 2 clan, which is up to like 7,800 or something like that now.
That's
So,
like every player on Destiny, right?
yeah.
Has to be.
Oh, got them. Oh man, that's
gotta
rough.
be.
That's rough. And we're now with the new announcement that we're supporting the Horde side, the Bad Mama Jammas. We're just gonna make sure to keep pushing out there because this is a great guild, and if you want to play and have a community, what better way to join us in PixelPub? All right.
I'll also bring up you can join us on other platforms as well. We also have the Xbox Club, and when Sea of Thieves kicks off in about a month, we'll be looking to start up some pirate groups through there. So search for PixelPub Club on Xbox and send a request. It's open to all. Same rules as the other clans and the other groups. So just looking to have a bunch of good folks, like-minded, come together and playing on Xbox.
Yar.
Yep. Do you have anything else to add to that there, Andrew? Or Rob?
Nope, I think that's it for me.
Okay. Well, I'm Abop, AEBOP. You can catch me on Discord, at the PixelPub Discord on the We Talk Nerd podcast channel. Always active in there. We'll see announcements. We'll have discussions, and you might get a shout out like good old buddy Thrust. We're
Love you, Thrust.
streaming
Love
it since
you, Thrust, yeah.
since Jared has taken a little break from the podcast. All streams from right now will be on the PixelPub Twitch channel. But Jared will still be streaming every now and then on his own stuff.
Mhm.
So still check him out. TBMJ_Blaze over on Twitch. And make sure to check out the website, like Andrew said. And if you just want to hit us up.
Yeah, and I will try my best to get it on YouTube as every week. Try my best.
Yep. But that'll be it for me too. So we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
All right.
All right.